Just take a second and look around you. Every color, every little detail, all that motion, it all starts as just light. Your eyes, well, they're basically the most advanced cameras ever made. And right now, we're going to break down exactly how they turn simple light into your entire reality.
I mean, it really feels like magic, doesn't it? How can this tiny little thing create everything you see, from the faces you love to a giant, colorful sunset? Turns out, it's not magic at all, but some of the most amazing biological engineering you can possibly imagine.
So, to really wrap our heads around this, we're going to do something cool. We're going to follow the journey of a single ray of light, from the moment it hits your eye through all the complex machinery, all the way to the point where it actually becomes an image inside your brain.
All right, so the journey kicks off right at the very front. The eye has two main jobs to start with, and they're both absolutely crucial. Gather this just the right amount of light and start bending it, focusing it down to a single sharp point.
Okay, first up, light smacks right into the cornea. And you know, here's the thing that trips a lot of people up. We all tend to think the lens does all the focusing, right? But actually, it's the cornea that does most of the heavy lifting. It provides something like 2/3 of your eye's total focusing power. It's a big deal. Once it's through the cornea, our light ray heads for the iris. Yep, that's the colored part of your eye. The best way to think about it is like the aperture on a camera. Its whole job is to be the gatekeeper, precisely controlling how much light gets to go deeper inside. And how does it do this? Well, it's this amazing tug of war between two different muscles. When you walk out into bright sunshine, a circular muscle called the sphincter contracts and your pupil gets tiny. But when you walk into a dark room, a different, spoke-like muscle called the dilator contracts, pulling the pupil wide open to let in every bit of available light. It's this constant, automatic balancing act happening all day long.
Okay, so let's just quickly recap that first stage. The cornea does the big, powerful initial bend, the iris and pupil act as the gatekeeper, controlling the amount of light, and then the lens comes in to do all the delicate fine-tuning.
And that fine-tuning part, it actually has a name. It's called accommodation. And honestly, this is the eye's real superpower. See, unlike the cornea, which is fixed, the lens is flexible. Its ability to change its shape is what lets you instantly shift your focus from, say, the phone in your hand to a plane in the sky.
So how does this actually work? Well, to look at something far away, a muscle called the ciliary muscle relaxes. This pulls on the lens, making it thinner and flatter. But to focus on something right up close, that same muscle contracts, which eases the tension and allows the lens to bulge out, becoming thicker and more curved. It's just a totally elegant and incredible system.
Okay, so our ray of light is now perfectly focused. But where is it going? It's heading for the retina, this incredibly thin, light-sensitive screen that lines the very back of the eye. If your eye is a camera, the retina is definitely the high-tech digital sensor.
This retina, it's lined with millions and millions of these super specialized cells called photoreceptors, and their one and only job is to do the real magic in this whole process, to take a particle of light, a photon, and turn it into an electrical signal that your brain can actually make sense of.
Now there are two main players here, the rods and the cones. The rods are insanely sensitive. They're what let you see in really dim light, but they only see in black and white. The cones, on the other hand, need a lot more light to get going, but they're what give us our amazing color vision, sensing red, green, and blue. They also have very different jobs depending on where they live in the retina.
And where they are is so important. Right smack in the middle of your retina, there's this tiny little pit called the fovea, and it is packed almost entirely with those color-seeing cones. Anytime you look directly at something, like when you're reading this, you are literally aiming your fovea at it. This is also why your peripheral vision, which relies mostly on rods, feels so much blurrier and less colorful. All right, so the light has hit its target. It's been converted into a pattern of electrical signals by all those rods and cones. But now what? How does that raw data get processed and shipped off to the brain?
Okay, get ready for this because it's a little wild. The image that actually forms on your retina, it's completely upside down and backwards. After the photoreceptors do their thing, that signal immediately gets passed through other layers of cells that start processing it on the spot, sharpening edges, boosting contrast, before the information even leaves your eye.
All those signals, all that information gets bundled together and sent down the optic nerve. Think of it like the main data cable connecting your eye to your brain. And the spot where this cable plugs into the back of your eye is called the optic disc. Now here's the catch. Because all that wiring needs a place to exit, there's literally no room for any rods or cones right there.
That's right.
You have a literal blind spot in each eye where you can't see a thing. So why aren't you seeing a big black hole in your vision all the time? Because your brain is an absolute genius at taking all the information from the area around the spot and from your other eye and just filling in the gap. It's like your brain is doing constant invisible Photoshop to create a seamless picture for you.
So we've got the internal optics totally dialed in. But what good is a camera if you can't aim it, right? And that brings us to the last major piece of this incredible puzzle, the system of muscles that lets you point your eyes wherever you want.
The magic number is 6. 6 incredibly powerful little muscles, called extraocular muscles, are attached to the outside of each of your eyes. They work together in perfect harmony to let you track things, scan a room, and focus on anything in your world.
4 of these muscles basically work like reins on a horse, pulling your eye up, down, left, and right. It's their ridiculously fast and perfect coordination that allows you to, say, smoothly track a bird flying across the sky without even thinking about it.
And they're also what give you your depth perception. When you look at something up close, your eyes actually rotate towards each other. That's called convergence. When you look at something far away, they rotate away from each other. That's divergence. Your brain then uses the angle of that movement to help calculate how far away things are.
So, from a simple ray of light to the entire world you see in your head, it's an absolutely incredible journey. But it leaves you with this one last kind of mind-bending question. We now know for a fact that your brain is constantly filling in your blind spot, literally inventing parts of your vision to make everything seem complete. So if it's doing that, what else might you not be seeing?